Hi, welcome to our online webinar on ConsolByte channel. Today I have special guest on my channel, Piotr Tracichleb from Robota Automatica. Piotr is a headhunter in industrial automation, and he recruits people for jobs in industrial automation, for PLC programming, for projects for the big players like BMW, for projects in factories. Hi, Piotr.
Hello, Matt. Thank you for having me here and inviting me. Very nice to be here. Hello, everyone watching. I'm not sure where the people are from. If they're from US, Canada, India, UK, let us know where you are.
Yeah, nice to have you here. On the chat, I have a little survey, and I see most people are from Europe. So today we have people from Europe, but also from America, Asia, and Africa, so all around the world. Here we
Österreich.
have Alan from Österreich, Austria. Nice to have you. Hit the like button down below the video. Let's get started with our live stream. Today, we are talking about recruiting people for industrial automation branch. And we'll talk about PLC programming as well. If you like our videos, just hit the like button below the video and subscribe our channel for more content about industrial automation and robotics. We have another viewer from Czech Republic. Hello. Okay, Piotr. Maybe you can tell us a few words about you and your company. You can tell us what you do for a living.
Sure. My company, Robota Automatica, we're a Polish company. I've started myself as an automation engineer, and with time it became, we can say, a recruitment business. Most of the positions we would recruit people for were the contract positions. So some of them were, of course, permanent positions for our clients around Europe, but most of the positions would be contract positions where engineers would sign a contract for 3, 6, sometimes 12 months and work on commissionings. So I guess the difference, a small difference between us and most of the companies who are in the same business is that, our roots are in the industrial automation. I've been an engineer myself, so I understand very well the reality of this job. So hello, JJ from Ireland. I actually have a couple of clients there, so nice to see someone from over there.
Yeah, so right now we know what do you do for a living, and maybe this live stream is for our viewers, so we can just answer your question immediately. Okay.
Sure.
And here we have JJ from Ireland, and I have really interesting question. What is the best path to transition from software engineer to PLC programming? I am really surprised that people want to switch from software engineer to PLC programming. Past years, a lot of PLC programmers wanted to switch from industrial automation branch to software engineering. And right now, I think we have a crisis in IT sector, and some people are looking for new opportunities on job market. Okay, so in your opinion, Piotr, what is the best path to transition from software engineer to PLC programming?
Well, first off, I might understand what the reason might be, particularly in Ireland, because Ireland at the moment is probably one of two markets where everything around industrial engineering is going up and not down. Another one would probably be Denmark. And the reason is because Ireland has a lot of new production facilities uh, in medical and pharmaceutical industry. So I would say if you are a software engineer already, your path is going to be much simpler because you already have a very good understanding of how to write programs. PLC programming is a little bit different. Everything needs to be a little bit more robust. Also, the cycle of the program works differently, but the software part is going to be very simple for you. So you just need to get a little bit of an understanding of how the controller works, about the PLC programming cycle, and so on. You might want to start on the edge of PLC programming and IT. I would probably go this way. This might be also the most promising path at the moment. So learn PLC, learn it from the internet. Maybe you can use one of the courses from Control Byte. That's one of the possibilities. But for sure, make some projects on your own. Maybe try to also connect it to a computer, like a small SCADA system or MES system. And this would probably be the simplest path for you. Just get the PLC or get the simulator and get some ideas. Maybe program something to automate lights in your house or heating, this type of stuff. And with that, there's plenty of companies in Ireland that would be very happy to have a programmer like that on board.
I remember, Piotr, that you also had an opportunity to recruit people for projects in Ireland.
Yes.
Okay, I remember that. And I also remember that in early years of your professional career, you were a software engineer, right?
Yeah, I used to be. I used to be a software engineer for, I guess, probably a year. That wasn't really for me. That wasn't exactly for me because I found it a little bit uneventful, sitting in front of the desk and just program the typical software applications. Automation was much more exciting at that time. I still think automation is much more exciting than software engineering. I mean, like the application engineering.
Yeah, and I think our industrial automation branch is growing right now, and we have more opportunities. Uh, Not only with production lines, but also connecting PLCs with IT infrastructure. Yeah, I see a lot of projects which are connection IT and OT systems. You can, if you want to switch from software engineer, you can try to learn communication protocols and how to process data in PLC programming and how to visualize data on the graph, HMIs or SCADA systems.
Yes, that's correct. I have a client in Ireland actually who does only that. They know the OT layer of the system because originally are uh, they are OT guys, but they transitioned to this IT side, and at the moment, their whole service is collecting the data from the process, so they don't really do a lot of intervention in the PLC, but they collect the data from the PLC. Then they manage the data in different services, meaning SCADA, MES system, ERP system. So they don't really touch the PLC. They focus solely on this IT side, which has as a purpose optimization of the production, searching for the bottlenecks, and really higher level of management of the production.
I recommend also to just buy a simple PLC. It could be like this PLC is really cheap. It is Finder Opta, but it is a modern PLC and it connects IT and OT, um, industry.
So how would
Really
that
cheap,
work? Does
really
it
cheap device, and it works. Yeah.
does it have like MQTT that you can connect to some services,
Yes,
or?
yes. We have also a video, and we show how to connect this device using MQTT with the cloud.
Oh, okay.
So it is really small device, but really powerful, and it is also programmed in CODESYS. So it is in my opinion, it is a perfect device for software engineer who wants to switch from IT branch to PLC programming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what next? I have a question to you, Piotr. Maybe our viewers want to know that. How to get a PLC programming contract job in Europe or America? We have people from Asia, from Africa, and they ask a lot of questions. How to learn and how to get a job in Europe or USA? Or a lot of people in Europe, from Poland, from Germany, even from Belgium, like here, Tomasz is from Belgium. They ask how to get a contract outside the country, in another country, or another continent.
Sure. So, there's a couple of aspects for that. First of all, when we're talking about the contracts, is going to be between 3 months up to 12 months. So we need to remember that this is for a short period of time. So the employer, so to speak, they're not really an employer; they're a client. They're looking for someone who doesn't need a training, and someone for whom it will be easy to get the papers to work in that place. So when we're talking about European countries, most of the time the client will be looking for someone who already is there in Europe. So most of the time these contracts are done by people from Poland, Croatia, Romania, Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovakia, and so on. And of course, once you have the skills, then you need to have a contact to a right person. So contracts are always arranged through a contact. So it's either going to be a company like mine who has contacts to the clients, direct contact to a client, or if you have a contact yourself with a client, the client can offer you a contract for commissioning of their machine. It's very rarely that a final client will sign a contract with a programmer, with a freelance programmer that they didn't know before and wasn't recommended to them, simply because they don't have these connections. Unless they do, that happens too. But so it simply it simply always works with the contacts. Basically, my company makes money because I have contacts in these companies, and they don't have resources themselves to contact these automation engineers. So my business is basically dealing information. And when it comes to the United States, it works very similarly. In my case, it was always the European companies who were looking for people to do contract in the United States or some other country. So basically the model is the same. The paperwork is a little bit more difficult because at least for us Europeans, because we always need to get a visa or some other permit to be there. So if someone is, let's say from Africa, I'm sorry to say that, but it's always going to be a little bit difficult to get a contract like that. My suggestion is to search for a permanent position somewhere in Europe. So if you have skills, I would suggest looking for a permanent position somewhere in Europe, and a position that is going to match your skills. I've seen a couple of times. I've had very good experiences like that with people from South Africa who were simply migrating to either to Ireland or to the Netherlands. I'm not sure. Maybe one to Germany, but for a permanent position, which is different. And the reason is just papers. I'm well aware that there are skillful engineers in Africa, but it's all about the paperwork and the job permits, which are a big barrier. What I also have seen are African and South American engineers doing contract jobs in Mexico. This is actually quite common. These are also well-paid contracts, but although I live in Mexico, I haven't yet had a client from Mexico, so this is still ahead of us, I guess.
We have a lot of people from South Africa here on the channel, and we have some students on our e-learning platform from South Africa. They usually buy Siemens S7 1200 course, Siemens PLC programming. Yeah, and we have a lot of engineers from South Africa. and they often ask us a question how to get a job in Europe. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have very good experience with people from South Africa. Very strong. They usually have very strong background from school. They have a different education system. Their education system uh, it's much more vocational. So they get very strong electrical background, which is very good. Often it's often a missing skill uh, for European engineers. A lot of European engineers that just want to focus on the programming side, while in automation, I believe that that understanding of the electrical and mechanical side is extremely important and actually helps you do the job. So for me, it's been only good experiences with these people.
Okay, thanks for your answer. And maybe I have a question for you. Um, what question do you ask people when they asking for a job? Yeah. What question do you ask on interview?
Mm-hmm.
Could you describe that? Could you say that? Or
I
mhm.
one of my favorite questions to ask is, can you tell me about your most interesting project, or most recent project, or the project that you are most proud of, and then based on that, there's always something that allows me to see if this person is actually the real deal, or if they're bullshitting me. Uh, a lot of the times it's clear. Sometimes I also ask for to show me parts of their code, if they can, of course. Sometimes it's top secret stuff, uh, but sometimes I can see parts of the code. Uh, it's mostly to see how the code is structured, how the variables are named, uh, how uh, how they use the memory. For example, in Siemens, it's I often see that there are programmers who use a lot of memory flags that's just introduces in bigger programs, especially that introduces chaos in the program. So then I see, like, okay, this is someone who is going to get a job in the company and last in that company, and they're going to be happy with them, or it's just going to they're not going to be happy. And if my client is not happy with the performance of the candidate, it also affects my reputation, indirectly. Like, this is somebody I brought to their team, and my clients also know that I have a background in automation engineering, so they have a little bit more trust in this candidate. Of course, they always check them by themselves, but I only try to bring people with whom I would like to work myself. So
Understand. Um, okay, so I see we have some more questions on the chat, and some David just asked, how is it possible for someone with cybersecurity background to transition to PLC programming? Okay, maybe I will say a few words about that. Uh, why you would like to switch to PLC programming? You can use your cybersecurity skills in industrial automation. Right now, we have a huge demand in our industry for cybersecurity engineers. So, in my opinion, you can easily find a job as a cybersecurity engineer in industrial automation. Uh,
Mhm.
in my opinion, what do you say, Piotr?
Uh, I am of a very similar opinion. There are things I guess I shouldn't say, so I'll keep part of the information to myself. But I can tell you that um, with the uh, with the situation that we have uh, with Russia in Europe at the moment. Uh, we are realizing that we have a lot of critical infrastructure or semi-critical infrastructure that is not properly protected from the cyber attacks, and we have plenty of cyber attacks at the moment. So actually, the service of providing the security, cyber security, to production facilities and to critical facilities, I believe it would be pretty much any NATO country at the moment, at least in the Central Europe. You have almost infinite pool of potential clients who would be very happy if you show them the vulnerability that their production system has or infrastructure system has, and will be maybe not happy, but will pay you for protecting these control systems. And it is anything. It can be something as simple as a tunnel control system or water treatment plant, or to more sophisticated stuff. So like big production plants, but there is plenty of demand for this, especially if you can sell your services correctly.
I have a question from me. Do you have open position right now? Do you looking for specialists right now?
Yeah, I'm looking for specialists at the
Okay.
moment for a couple of projects. These are freelance positions.
In Europe or
Yes, all of them at the moment are in Europe. There's one that is going to be in the United States, but there's program preparation in Europe, and then there's going to be commissioning in the United States.
okay. So our viewers, our students, if you know how to program backup, you can just write us an email or just write an email directly to Piotr. Okay. Here we have another question. What is the best way to learn industrial mm, industrial
Out.
automation, of course?
Yes. Do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, maybe I can start. You have a lot of ways to learn industrial automation. In my opinion, the best option is to go to the first job. Um, the company, and start programming real machines. Okay, this is the best way to learn uh, from your colleagues, from experienced colleagues. Uh, Next option is to go to the stationary training and learn on test test devices. And the last one option is to just learn from YouTube for free, or you can buy a paid course on our platform, on also another platform like Udemy, and start learning. But to sum up, in my opinion, the best way is to get the first job. What do you say, Piotr?
Um, I would say yes. Get a job. Uh, of course, this is going to be easier if you have some type of education in that direction. Well, both uh, both Maciej and I, we used to study automation engineering. Was it automation engineering for you?
Could you repeat, please?
Did you study automation engineering or electrical engineering?
Yeah, automation engineering on electrical department.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess for us it was a little bit more direct because this was our field of studies, uh, and I can say the most I've learned was on the job. Although you can get to a better or a worse company where you have better working standards or worse working standards. Many times your even your colleagues, sometimes with a lot of experience, are not going to be best programmers. uh, it's good to so then it turns into a situation that the blind is leading the blind, but maybe a more experienced blind is is leading the less experienced blind. uh, it's good to have someone who will actually show you the right way of doing the things. But yeah, learning on the job where you are solving real problems and you have support from someone uh, who's dealt with this type of problems and knows how to deal with them correctly. Yeah, this is definitely the best way, uh, and hopefully you can get to a company where you have good people working there.
That's right. Ahmed Kamil just write in the chat. I am a computer engineer. What could I do to have a smooth transition to industrial automation, or my skills could be enough for entry level jobs? In my opinion, the best way is to create a project portfolio. How to do that? Hmm. You can buy a course, and based on that, you can create a project portfolio. And another option is to buy a real hardware, like this hardware, the Fighter Opta. I have here uh, a really cheap PLC, or you can buy a stand with a 71200 Siemens device and start programming. So you can create a project portfolio in simulator, and this is the first step. And after that, you can prepare a CV. And right now, we can smoothly go to the next question, which I prepared. Piotr, how to prepare a strong CV and project portfolio for a job interview? And this question is, of course, connected with this message from Ahmed Kamil. Yeah, how to prepare a strong CV and project portfolio.
I would say Most of the CVs I get either have too many details or not enough details. There's very few CVs that have just the right amount of details. I will say what I think is the information that needs to be in your CV. First off, of course, your name, your education level, what you have studied and where, and also you can mention what your thesis was about. That's sometimes if it's interesting, it's helpful. Then your job history and related job history. So if you have been a bartender, maybe it's not that relevant, but the relevant job history. My strong advice, especially in the beginning, don't be a job hopper. So don't change a job every 5 months. This is not very healthy. And employers don't like to see that, because the training of a new employee always takes some time. So I'm not encouraging lying on the CV, but if you have an ability of covering up this type of changes, sometimes you just land in a bad place, and you need to change the job. But I strongly suggest not to change the job too frequently, especially in the first years of your career. So choose your companies wisely, and under each position. It is worth mentioning what you've been doing in that job. So just a couple of points, maybe 5 points, what you've been responsible for. So creating SCADA system, creating PLC program. It's good to say if you've been commissioning these systems, or you've been creating a standard, or you've been doing testing, or whatever that was. So that's number 2. Number 3, what is really important to include in your CV is the list of your skills. So for example, if you know how to program PLCs, make sure you list that you've been programming PLCs in TIA Portal, in TwinCAD, and in Studio 5000, or whatever that would be in your case. What type of frequency controllers you have been working with, what type of robots you have been working with. If you have been working with vision systems, what vision systems was that? Was that IFM? Was that Cognex? Was that Keyence? It's really important, because then you have an employer going through your CV, and they see immediately, okay, we use this in our company. This person has already touched it. They know about it, even though it's quite simple to switch from one PLC brand to another PLC brand. They all have a little bit of a different philosophy, and for an employer, it's always easier to train someone who already knows a specific brand of the PLC, or a SCADA system, or whatever that is for that matter. So always mention the brands of the equipment you've been working with. And the last thing, I think, that is very important for me, is the list of projects that you've done. So, for example, this project like let's say the control system of a cell for producing packages, let's say, or a palletizer. And then in each of these projects, right, this was done on this PLC with this robot or with this vision system, or with these frequency controllers. And one sentence about each project. It doesn't need to be a lot, but this basically allows an employer to have a glance on your profile and to see, okay, this person has been doing something similar that we're working on here or not, because this is what actually is relevant. The employer wants to see if you have been working on something similar or even the same type of systems that they are producing in their company, and they also want to see the history of your employment and what you've been doing so far to know if you are, or how risky of a bet you are, because you need to be aware that for an employer to hire someone, it always comes with the risk. It always comes with a cost. So the employer needs to see, okay, how much am I risking here by employing that person, and how much more I need to invest for this person to be a fully operational asset, right? So yeah, basically like this. Look at it from the point of view of employer and what type of information they're looking for. Also, a benefit of including this information that I gave you is that if you are uploading your CV to some system, and even if it's going to be read by someone who doesn't have much idea about industrial automation, the probability that when mentioning all these skills and all these systems you've been working for and all these activities that you've been performing on these jobs, so the probability that the person who doesn't know about much about industrial automation is going to see that you're hitting all the keywords that they're looking for is increasing because it's all there.
Okay.
Oh, and one more
Right.
thing. Just be concise. Be concise in the CV. Don't write the walls of text. Be rather concise in your CVs.
Okay. What do you think about creating a portfolio of projects? Because I remember I used to be on one interview, and the recruiter wanted to send a doc file, a PDF file with a description of my recent projects. Nowadays, I think some people gather projects and project portfolio on GitHub. And JJ just wrote a message that he wants to gather project portfolio on GitHub. Maybe it's okay, but in PLC programming, it's complicated. I know, JJ, that you are a software engineer, but in PLC programming, control version system is complicated. And even if we gather all projects on GitHub, for example, we have courses, which is development software, we push the project to GitHub, but on GitHub, we can't see the code. only binary files. Okay. If you push the code written in Python, the recruiter can go to your GitHub and see the code. If you push PLC programs, we can't see that. So, in industrial automation, if you want to describe your project portfolio, in my opinion, is good to prepare a PDF file with project description, screenshots of your programs, even images of the machine. And I think it's a good way to, prepare such a project portfolio for interview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And well, the thing that I've mentioned before, or that you have mentioned also, the list of projects, like the PDF list of the projects. This is something that I refer to as a portfolio. If you are a beginning PLC programmer, I guess it might be worthwhile throwing some stuff on YouTube to show how this works, what you have done. Yes, the problem with GitHub, one thing about GitHub is that you cannot see the code there, and another thing is the industrial clients are very sensitive about what gets online. So really putting any pieces of code or any pieces of know-how online, this is going to be very sensitive stuff. So this wouldn't be my recommendation to do that. Your private projects, you can show what you've done, especially if you're a beginner. But when it comes to more serious projects or pieces of or bigger pieces of your code that you've done professionally, I'd be extremely careful with that.
Yes, and Jirka Holas just wrote a message, and he said the same. It's not secure to to store a code online, especially for machine with no know-how. Thank you for a great advice. I think a good docs online plus websites for the project may work too. Of course, why not? Okay, so right now I will ask you a really important question, Piotr. How much can you earn in industrial automation as a PLC programmer on a contract job? You can say in euro or USD.
Yeah, so it will vary a lot. Of course, if you get a direct contract with a client, meaning you probably have worked with that client before, you can probably get somewhere around 60, 65, sometimes 70 euro per hour. Sometimes it's going to be 55 euro per hour. So it varies. It depends how much they need you, how long the contract is, what your skill level is. So I would say it is with a direct contract, it's going to start around 55. And it's going to be sometimes even up to 100 euro per hour, but this is usually going to be for a short contract where they really need you. And And also, the shorter the contract, the higher the rate should be. And this is obviously because your logistics becomes much more expensive during the short contracts. So it's simple math, right? If you go somewhere for a week or 2 weeks, the logistics cost is going to be much higher than if you go somewhere for 3 months. So that's when you do it directly with a company, or like with a company like mine. The least I've paid a contractor. He was a junior guy, and he was working remotely, meaning he was working from home. And I think he only had like 1 year of experience or something like that. It was, I think, 35 euro per hour. The most I've paid someone in Europe was, I think, between 80 and 85 euro per hour. If I'm not wrong, something around that. So it varies a lot. A standard rate, let's say Germany, is going to be 50-55 euro per hour when working with me. That's going to be revolving around that, and it's going to be higher or lower depending on the skill level and the type of a contract and so on. When it comes to the US, the rate is going to be let's say 25 euros more, right? And the reason for that is because the logistics get much more expensive. So at the end of the day, the guys who do the job in the US are not staying with so much more money in the pocket after the expenses and taxes that the guys who do the commissioning in Europe. So yeah, as you see, it depends a lot, and there's no simple answer to that.
Okay. I think,
Sorry.
so maybe in the future, there will be more jobs in US, yeah, next years, because
This is
industry comes back, yeah, to the USA.
this is what I'm expecting. This is what I'm expecting. Of course, it comes with the paper issues, because as most of people are aware, to work in US, there's much more papers required. But this is not only what I see. This is also something that is that I spoke about it with the CEO of the largest integration company in Poland. There's a very clear movement of the European business to the United States, and Mexico, and Canada. It's just the industry in Europe is going down.
Okay, we'll see in the future.
Well, hopefully the trend will change, but at the moment we see a very strong downturn.
We'll come back to the trends in a minute, but I see next questions here from Jirka. I use LinkedIn to look for new jobs. Is there a better platform to look? Piotr, do you know? platforms for industrial automation jobs?
Yeah, I used to have my own platform. I don't have it anymore, but uh, I can tell that there's a couple of them. Each country has their big platforms, but outside from LinkedIn, you're going to in Europe, you're going to have, I think, Glassdoor has theirs. There's Indeed that I've seen is doing pretty well, especially in the English-speaking world. My recommendation is just search whichever country you are interested in. Just search for the country name, job offers, and this is going to take you to the biggest job boards in each of the countries. So LinkedIn, I wouldn't say LinkedIn is the best, is even the best platform to look for a job in most countries.
Yeah, I have experience with LinkedIn, and this year I started to post more on LinkedIn to build my network, connections, and I don't look for a job, but when I started to grow my connections, to post on LinkedIn, to be more active, recruiters just offer me a job in a branch. So, in my opinion, it is okay to create content on LinkedIn, to make connections, and I think you can meet some recruiters who are looking for people, yeah, for a job. So
Mhm.
LinkedIn is the right place to look for a job in industrial automation.
I agree. I agree 100%. However, if you want to find a job quickly, LinkedIn has some job offers. It doesn't have the most or the best job offers. I mean, it will have good job offers, but it's not like it only has selected job offers. What Maciek is saying is more like marketing. So if you are more present on LinkedIn, you will get more job offers passively. So recruiters will contact you more frequently, and you're going to get more profile views. So naturally, you're going to get more job offers. However, if you just want to apply for jobs, which is by the way a perfectly good way of getting a job. You can go to LinkedIn jobs, but you can also go to Indeed. In Poland, that would be Pracuj.pl or Praca.pl, or there's a bunch of others. So if you want to apply for a job, there are other platforms for that as well.
Yes. Okay, so let's go back to the trends. What trends do you see for 2025 and 2030 in the automation job market?
What do you think?
Huh, I see that we have a lot of trends, and this is not only marketing. Our industrial automation branch is changing, and I see big players like Siemens. They change the way of they think. And today on LinkedIn, I saw a video from Siemens company, and they showed a virtual PLC. Virtual PLC, this is a software which you can install in the cloud, edge servers, and PCs. And this is not a hardware, this is just a software. You can use that in data centers. And they have presented a data center close to Audi factory in Germany. And this data center controls the process in the factory. So they installed a lot of virtual PLCs on servers, and uh, those virtual PLCs control the process. So this is a trend, one of the trend, and they said, thanks to that, they can implement AI algorithms uh, into the software. So this is a big trend, AI driven PLCs, yeah, virtual PLCs, and connection, AI solutions, IT solution, and industrial automation. This is one of the trend. Another is, of course, edge computing, um, and AI and machine learning algorithms. In big factories like Audi, automotive, and big factories, they have data centers, they have SCADA systems, and they can implement machine learning and AI in bigger systems. But in small factories, they can't afford to buy a big system like SCADA, okay? And they can implement a small system like Phoenix Contact PLC with a container, and they can implement um, an algorithm, machine learning algorithm, to gather data and process the data just close to the machine. Yeah. So this is another trend: edge computing, and
What's edge
um,
computing?
edge computing.
This is how it's called. What you've just described.
Yeah, it's edge computing, just a small device close to the machine which gather data and process the data.
Okay.
So this is edge computing. Um, you know, small factories can afford for big system class like SCADA. They just install a device like edge computer with machine learning algorithm or different algorithm, and this is cheaper. So this is a big trend, and I have a connection with Phoenix Contact, and they have a lot of solution for that, and they install such edge computers with that algorithms in small factories in Poland. What's more, yeah, programming with AI. Siemens just launched on their site Copilot for TIA portal. Copilot is a software that helps PLC programmers to code with AI. This is just AI agent embedded in TIA portal. In high level languages, we have a lot of AI agents, ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek. But in PLC programming, we don't have agents like right now. But Siemens works on that. In the near future, maybe this year, we'll have that AI coding agent embedded in TIA portal. So we have a lot of trends. But what do you think about job market?
In the job market, actually, this is very difficult. I would like to come back to that afterwards. What you've said, but about the job market, for sure we're going to see, and we already see, as I've made a comment about it before, a downturn in the European job market, and we don't know how long it is going to last. The reason why we see that is because the electrically powered vehicles turn out to be not as desired as everyone believed they would be. Another reason in Europe is the very high prices of the energy, which makes returns on investments in production much lower. So a lot of companies are moving their production somewhere else. There's a bunch of countries that are doing well. I've mentioned them before: Ireland and Denmark, mostly because of the pharmaceutical industries. Also across the ocean, where we're going to see things getting better here. I mean, US, Canada, Mexico, likely. So when it comes to Europe, I'm not very optimistic at the moment. I think we're going to have to wait a couple of years until the governments or geopolitical situation change. So until the governments change their mind about the green stuff, and or the geopolitical situation changes, and we're going to get cheap energy, maybe from Russia again, or from somewhere else. So yeah, these trends don't really create a very positive outlook for Europe. So that's for sure. When it comes to the automation market, though, it's not like there will be no projects. The projects will still be there. We still are going to need to eat. For sure, there will be factories looking for savings, and automation often, not always, but often provides savings. So here, probably any type of solutions that offer that. For example, the Industry 4.0 solutions, often they are able to provide savings. So any type of IT where IT solutions that allow to search for inefficiencies, for sure there will be jobs there. By the way, I think it's a great trend, and for people, especially for people who have OT experience and are looking for a little bit of a change, maybe a job with a smaller amount of traveling. This is definitely an option. So it's not like the market is totally going to down. We're going to see a little bit of a downturn, but we're still going to have jobs. So the dynamic is just not as good as it used to be in the past. So that's about the job market. That's how I see it. And perhaps if the situation changes, until 2030 or 2030, I think we're going to be able to see some upturn again. When it comes to what you have mentioned about the PLC on cloud, I think it used to be called soft PLC. It used to be a thing already. But I imagine this would be in Audi. I think you have mentioned, right? It would be a local cloud. It wouldn't be somewhere like Amazon Cloud or anything like that. It was local cloud, right?
Yeah, it was local cloud. It was Audi private center,
Okay.
just close to the factory, about 3 kilometers, from factory. It was.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can imagine it working, especially with better cloud solutions. One thing there, why there was always this, well, let's say hesitation around that, is because the PCs are not a real-time operating system, and it's a much more complex device, right? So there's much more things that can go wrong, but I imagine they have it under control already. It's not a new idea. It's just that because of all the risks that are there, it wasn't implemented very frequently. But the soft PLC is not new. When it comes to Copilot for Siemens, or generally writing software for the PLC using AI, yeah, that's something that I think everyone has been waiting for, and I mean, it's an innovation, but I'm surprised it hasn't been there 5 years ago.
Yeah, in industrial automation, everything is delayed. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
We have to wait for new solution a lot of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but assisted programming is not something that came there with ChatGPT. It was there earlier. It's just accelerated a lot in the past 2 years, I think. So
Yes.
yeah, and also in the PLC, because of the nature of this type of this type of applications, we have a lot of repetitive code with just small changes. So for example, you're going to have 50 motors in an application, and each motor has almost the same program, but there's 3 details that are different, and because of that you cannot just put it in the loop, and that would you would sit all day and make these small modifications for each of the motors, while if it is possible to automate it now, that's a good innovation that should have been there 5 years ago.
Yes, I think AI programming will help us in industrial automation in the near future.
For sure.
Okay, so I have.
Sorry, I've done something wrong. I need to fix my charger. Give me 3 seconds, all right?
No problem. So I will show our viewers our website. If you want to learn about industrial automation basics, and you would like to learn how to read electrical schematics, just go to our website, controlbyte.tech. I left you a link on the chat, and you can find the link in the description of the video. Right now, we have a discount offer for industrial automation basic online course. What you have only 2 days to make a decision, and after that, the price of the course will go up. Right now, we have a discount offer. So if you go to Control by Tech and you can go to Industrial Automation Basics, here you can find a video. I describe in the video what you will find, and we base that course on electrical schematic of pallet wrapper machine and a 3D model of industrial cabinet. Like here, you will get a 3D model of industrial cabinet, and of course we have e-learning platform. You'll find there a lot of lessons, modules. Here we have a course outline. If you click on buy the course, you will go to our page with packets, bundles. You can just buy a single course for industrial automation basics and reading electrical schematics. It's only in a discount price, 97 euros. Or you can buy this course in a bundle. In the bundle, the first bundle, it is industrial automation basic, and also you will find here a course for programming Siemens PLCs, especially if you want to work in USA or Europe. It is essential course. So I encourage you to join our e-learning platform, and I see Piotr is live once again.
Sorry about that.
No problem. We are going to end this live stream in a minute. So maybe we can do a summary of our live stream, and that's all. Okay, Piotr, in the end, what do you say to our viewers? How to get a job in industrial automation when you are a beginner, a junior PLC programmer?
I would say prepare a small portfolio of your own personal projects. That would be a great way to start. And these projects you can actually showcase online. So I think this is a very good idea. And then just hit up some employers. Probably hit them up directly. Recruiters generally don't work with beginners. The reason for that is that that employers generally don't want to pay for them. So I mean for the service of the recruitment. So yeah, just prepare a portfolio. Don't worry too much that you don't know too much yet. Show the interest. Show that you know something already, that you have done something already, and you are interested in this matter. And yeah, be proactive about searching for the job.
Okay. Thank you, Piotr, for coming to our live stream. Thanks to our viewers. Remember about subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification bell and the like button that will be below the video. JJ just written, thank you for valuable info and discussion. Yeah, I hope that all of you will find a job in industrial automation in Europe, USA, or on another continent. And see you on next live streams. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much as well. Thank you very much again for the invitation, guys. If you already have some skills, if you already have some experience, you can get in touch with me. We can probably get you some position or a contract. So yeah, you can just let me know. And what else? Enjoy the evening.
Enjoy the evening, and you can find Piotr. Where you can where we can find you?
Well, at the moment, I think the best way to get in touch with me is to send an email to me at Piotr. That's my name at Robota Automatica. This is the name of my company. .pl. And be sure I'm going to reply, or you can send me a message on LinkedIn. That's another way to contact me. I reply on LinkedIn not as frequently as emails, but I'm going to reply to.
Okay, thanks once again. And so, see you on next live streams. Hi.
Yep. Good luck, guys. See you.
Good luck.